Good morning. It is 6:19. I'm done with the gym. It was leg day. I am just leaving the racetrack where I got my coffee. And a nice gentleman paid for my coffee this morning. That was really nice. I burnt 635 calories this morning. And my body feels like it's been through a wood chipper. Yeah. I know last night I went to roll over and I began to moan. And my husband was like, "Your foot?" I said, "No, my body. My body just hurts." I guess it would be helpful to turn some lights on. Yeah, so now it's 6:21. I am officially in my happy place. How are you this morning? I hope that you're doing well. But I tell you, last night I was in Maggie's class, her etiquette class, her etiquette overview workshop, and a lot of the time I couldn't even participate in the chat because I was listening to what she was saying. And just like I was sharing with my oldest daughter and my husband, it is time for me to start, and this is just my opinion, right? Tapping into my feminine side. I don't want to say feminine energy. I want to say my feminine side, being a lot more softer and delicate, not just when I go out to eat a fancy meal. Those things are really, it's good to know. I know my mother went to etiquette school, but what did she call it? She called it formal. I can't remember what she called it. I gotta remember what she called it, but I can't remember. But anyway. And then she was in the, she was a debutante. What are all these things called? A cotillion. She was in a cotillion. Like all of these things. I didn't get the opportunity to do these things, but I can now. I don't even know if they offer cotillions anymore. But anyway, those are for the children's, not for adults that I know of. But anyway, I am really going to take this seriously. And let me explain to you why. And I really need to share this with Maggie so she's encouraged to keep going, right? And whatever she learns, she needs to pour it into us, right? I think one of the reasons why I have such high anxiety and I suffer from panic attacks from time to time is because I have a lot of masculine energy. I'm way too intense sometimes. And it makes me anxious. And the sad thing is, I've been this way for so long that it's become normal, right? And it's not. It's okay to be a beast in the gym. It's okay to be, good at your job and good at what you do and walking with confidence and holding your head high and all of that good stuff. That's fine, right? But for females, in my opinion, don't come for me. It's important that we embrace the softer side, being a lot more delicate. I believe that once we tap into our, what is it called, femininity, tap into that side, the men in our lives will have no choice but to step up and be men. I know a part of this masculine energy that I have, it also comes because I'm such a control freak. I like things done a certain way. And when you take it a step back, why are you such a control freak? It's because one of the reasons is because I was a single parent and I had to do. I couldn't look over and depend on anybody else, right? I had to make do. Not to mention, when my mom struggled in some areas, I had to step up as a child, and it was almost like a role reversal. So I had to always be an adult and be intense and be in control and be serious, right? So some things have to change. And I have to ask myself, and I challenge you guys to ask yourself this question too: is my current behavior in all situations, is it helping or is it harming, right? I know I was talking to my oldest daughter and she was like, yeah, but Mom, sometimes I just gotta let people have it. And I remember having the same feelings. I remember, but you know what? Those people who you have to let have it, to me, what you're saying is they're your God. They can control your emotions like strings on a puppet. And since I'm a control freak, I don't like nobody else having control over me. So that's a whole no. And if people can really make me angry like that, I just don't need to be around them. Now, I know you guys have witnessed me being in this car and someone driving like an idiot, right? But there is never an opportunity for me to, cursing people out, shooting people the bird. Like, that's not human-like, and it sure isn't ladylike, right? And I think along the lines, we've gotten it twisted in society where that's almost acceptable. I mean, not just shooting people the bird, but just in all things. We've accepted and tolerated and embraced some real bad behavior. And I had to remind my oldest daughter, the reason why you're so and you ready to cuss people out is because I taught you that. You learned that. I never sat her down and said, this is what you do, but she's watched me in situations, right? I'm gonna have to do a story time on this somewhere almost. It's really not funny. Okay, I take that back. It's not. I need to edit that part out. It's disturbing. It's not funny. But there was a time, and I don't even want to get into it because I'm low-key, high-key embarrassed. But my oldest daughter has seen me almost beat up her sister's daycare worker. Yeah. I was jumping on a van. It was just like, why? And she saw that, right? And I never forget, out the window as I was walking back, thinking I was the Joker. That's the only scene I can think of when he was walking back and his leather jacket was kind of flailing in the air or whatever, and he was a bad butt. He just was, and I that was me. And my daughter, my oldest one, she had to be about maybe 9, 10, was screaming out of the window, Mama, you're gonna go to jail. It's sad all the way around. It's sad that I even behaved that way. And it's sad that she even had to see that. And kids, when they have a parent that acts unhinged, because I was very unhinged. Kids, at least mine, because I have two, they do one of two things. They become very extreme and unemotionally intelligent, and they pop off quick like my oldest daughter, or they also become unemotionally intelligent and become very, very passive like my youngest daughter, right? So they're like on both ends of the spectrum. And as I have gotten older, I'm more in the middle now, a little bit, depending on the day. But it's time for me to gain control, more control of my emotions, of my response, especially my response to adversity and to the things that don't seem right to me in my world, right? It's time. And ever since, and it's only been 2 nights that in Maggie's class we've been talking about, you know, being delicate and soft and etiquette, right? But even just listening and starting to adopt some of the methods that she's talking about, learning things about dining etiquette, it's like I feel lighter already. Already I feel lighter, less anxious. And some of what I've learned in reference to the dining etiquette, I'm going to go ahead and put to the test. So tomorrow, me and a good girlfriend of mine, we're going to the Porsche. It's the Porsche dealership, but it's like a Porsche experience where you can ride some of the Porsches or you can dine, right? And it's really hoity-toity. It is fancy. So we're going for lunch, and I am going to use some of as many as I can think of or remember, a lot what I'm learning in this etiquette course, workshop, class. I am so excited. And not that I had poor etiquette when dining. I mean, because my grandmother was not having that, right? But I want to have some class. I want to step it up a notch, right? And I don't believe in New Year's resolutions at all, but this is something that I am going to master because my mental health is on the line. And I do believe that it's time to get rid of the masculine energy because I'm not a man. It's a time and a place for all things. Now, if you've watched some of my shorts of me in the gym, I'm a grunter. I do all of that stuff, right? But it's a time and a place for that. So, like right now, I have to wipe my nose. I'm going to quickly excuse myself off of the frame and wipe my nose. I'm back. Now, I should not have told you guys that, but I'm just using it as an example. Yeah. So I'm excited. I'm excited. And then I invited my gym bestie, my sister-in-law, and my 2 kids. We're going to go to the Waldorf Astoria here in Atlanta. Maggie has already been. And we're going to have a lunch date at the Waldorf for high tea or afternoon tea, one of them. And we are going to implement what we've learned. Well, what I've learned. I'm going to show my kids and show my family, right? Because a man loves a lady. Because it's either one or two things a man is going to do if he's dating you, right? If he sees you acting like a lady, it's either he will jump on board and be the man he's supposed to be, or he's going to be like, I can't even handle that. And I know a lot of people would say, well, when I start doing that, I'm going to be judged. And maybe, but who cares? Who cares? I'm excited. That's all I have to say. I'm going to enjoy sipping on my coffee. And you guys, ladies, have a great rest of your day. Tap into your feminine side. I dare you. Anyway, I'm going to go. I love you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.